Hello everybody and welcome back to D.W.W gardening videos. Today I'm going to be planting out my pumpkins. These are a Crown Prince and a Jamaican pumpkin. I usually train mine up to go up in a tower, so I'm going to show you the process of how I plant out my one in a small garden. Right, so I've got one of my tubs that I'll put my pumpkins in. It's got some old compost from last year in there. You can see it's quite a heavy one. And I'm going to fill this up now with farmyard manure. If I can get this in there. Try not to do any lifting too much now. I know everybody plants different kinds of pumpkin, but I've got to grow mine for eating. That's my farmyard manure in there. I'm going to mix that in with the compost that's already in there now. So once I've done this, I'll come back to you. So I've got that nicely mixed in. So I'm going to put some chicken manure pellets in there. As you know, pumpkins are very greedy plants. So I'm going to put that amount in there. And I'm going to put some fish blood and bone in there as well.
Make sure they have 2 different colours.
Not that much, and then just dig that through. Nice blended mix in there. So that's my blood, fish and bone. So I've got 3 bamboo sticks. So what I'll do, I'll put one right down to the bottom, one there, and one there. What I do, I'm going to cable tie those together so that I've got a growing platform for them. So I'm going to do that now and then I'll come back to you. Right, so I've got some cable ties. So I'm just going to tighten up this top so it stays together. So that's all I do to my ones. You can see. And I've got some scare tape, which is just to stop the birds and the pigeons, as you can hear in the background. I forgot to get a scissor. Right, let me just get a pair of scissors and then I'll get back to you. Right, so we've got our scare tape. So I'm just going to tie a few pieces on there. but that's this, if this thing really works. But I usually just do it. Don't really see any birds hanging around, only on my next door neighbour's roof. So those are where they are mostly. So with this tape now you can put on how much you want or how little you want. That's entirely up to you. You don't have to be level on the length of it, it's just a deterrent really. And this you can buy this online, it's not expensive per roll. So I'll put some there. And then I'll just, because what I usually do, I'll usually let my pumpkins come up to here or so, and then you pick off the middles, so then they send out the side shoots so I can let them run up the other poles. So I'm going to be putting two in one of these buckets. Wherever you want to put the tape is up to you. Got some more of this to do later on my tomato plants. I've got to finish to stick those up and then put some of this tape on the poles as well. Helps to deter the birds from landing. Right. So I've got my pumpkins, as you can see. Some of them starting to bud already. These have been on my windowsill now for about since the middle of April, I think I planted these. So they're coming along nicely, so they're ready to go out. Just going to rest that there for a sec. I'm just going to be using this one. So what I'll do, these leaves what ain't doing nothing, which is the yellowing one, I'll take those off. And these was only watered yesterday, and as you can see, they're on my windowsill. You can see they've dried out already. So I'm going to put two in here. Put that right down and cover that up. So I'm looking for the two longest ones, because the others I'll give away. So you can see that one's quite healthy, it's got quite a few buds on it. And there's the runner there. You can zoom that in. That's the runner train what's going up. See, it's got quite a few buds on it. That's just from growing inside. So I'll pick off the bottom leaves, which is the ones to put a bit more energy back into it. You can see it's got a nice root system. This was watered yesterday and you can see how dry it's sitting on the windowsill. So this one, gonna put in here. That's how I'll plant my pumpkins. You can see that one's starting to, you can see the yellowness of the flower in there. So that's one pot. So I'm going to do another one and then I'll get back to you on that. Right, so I've got another bucket here. I've not filled this one up to the top, left a bit so I can backfill it later on in the growing, down in the growing season. I can top it up again. Like I said, this was watered yesterday. You can see this one's a bit more moist, more wet. So I'm going to put this one in the middle of the bucket. Cover that in. I'm going to be putting this one next to this one. There, so I've got my pumpkins all together. So when that one starts to run, if I ain't got enough space, then I can let it put another pole from there to there and then let it trail and then cut off the top when I'm ready. So that's how I plant my pumpkins in a small garden. I hope you all enjoyed that video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell another friend. If you want to leave a comment or any tips, do so in the comment section. I do get back to you on them. And thank you for watching and happy gardening.